Hello class, so here we're going to continue on from the last video and let's write math stuff because that's the actual purpose of this. Okay, so we can begin to see compare these things. And okay, so I'm going to write things within dollar signs. Oh, oops, caps lock is on. Gotta get rid of that. Okay, I'll explain what this is later on, but basically, we're typing a fraction, and this is how you type it. The num means numerator, den means denominator. So let's look at another one. F of x equals frac. And then same thing, except I'm gonna do one little change. Okay, and then change that x to lowercase. And then let's see what differences we can notice here after we compile it. Let's see why is that different. So, okay, let's do a double backslash so we can see them right next to each other. Zoom in, and we can see one has an exponent of 2x minus 1, and one has an exponent of 2 times x minus 1. So one thing to keep in mind is in order to have an exponent that has more than one character, what you need to do is put all those characters within two braces. So braces, that's this curly thing. So just shift and then bracket button. And yeah, so as you can see with that first one, that's all in one exponent, and the other is not. Only the 2 is. Alright, so let's see what we can do here then. I'm going to modify this actually. And put $2 signs there. And for the and, I'm going to do backslash text RM. RM just means Roman. In other words, actual letters rather than math. Compile that, and then we see we have this nice little thing going on. We have equations centered, and then they're also like slightly bigger. So let's see. If we put things between $2 signs, then what we get is something called math mode. And then something else that we might want to do is put it in sets of $2 signs. So what we just saw was this puts things into what's called display math mode. Display, like if you have an equation and it's important, do that. And it just basically makes it look more important, more significant, stands out. And there's some other things that will make it look nicer as well in display mode. There's also display style. I'll explain that again in another video. So don't worry about that too much. Alright, so let's see. Let's do this. Backslash text BF. So this verb thing, don't worry about it. I'll explain it in a second. So that gives us bold-faced text. So text for text, and then BF, the B is for bold, and then the F is for face. So I'm just going to emphasize that here. Compile that so you can see it. Bold-faced text. Everything within those braces is bold-faced. For italicized, pretty straightforward, so just text IT and then braces. And for underline, literally do backslash underline and then again braces. And then everything within those is going to be bold-faced, italicized, or underline. You can do them within each other also. So if you want something bold-faced and italicized, just put boldface and then inside there put italicized. And if you want to underline it too, do that too. So verb just means verbatim, by the way. So if I just typed backslash BF, it's going to be a function. But if I type it within verb, then it'll actually show up as that text so that we can see it. And so the compiler won't actually compile text that is bold-faced. Because in this case, it's just to show you rather than to actually do it. Alright, so let's work with some other things. Some other basic math functions. We're going to work on trig, logs, and something called subscripts. Oh, also theta. Okay, so let's just start typing some stuff. So let's see. I'll do this one in display mode just because. So \sine \theta equals. Let's do another fraction, 4 over x. And then let's do \log base 3 of x equals 25 to the power of x, because why not? We're not solving that anyway, so whatever. So we have sine and log there. Alright, cool. So how about, let's compare these two. Sine with a backslash. And then let's look at something else. Sine, but let's not do the backslash. What happens? Does that matter? So type that in. What difference does that make? Compile it, and then we can look at it. So it's on the next page. Let's zoom in to see it better. So one of them has sine italicized and the other one doesn't. Italicized is just text. Non-italicized is a function. So what you want to do is do the backslash. Let's try it with log, because it's kind of similar, right? It's like a word that is a function. So let's do \log, and let's try it without the log as well. Or without the backslash. Same thing. So basically, if you want a special function in math mode, just do \, before whatever it is. So if you want like arcsine, do that too. Let's get sine inverse. So there's no function for sine inverse. You just have to do the sine button and then do exponent of -1. So same idea as sine, just with that exponent thing. Let's look at where it is. There it is. Okay. So what else can we do? This is probably a good place to end it. So that's a bit of how you do some of those basic math functions. In other words, the purpose of LaTeX. In the next video, we're going to expand a little bit more on these things.